talk about ending a marriage with integrity, about divorcing with integrity, and why that's a really important goal for anyone going through the heartache and the difficult time of a divorce. So there's 3 reasons I think why you should try to end your marriage with integrity. Number 1, if you don't end it well, you may jeopardize the new relationship you need to have in the future, especially if you're co-parenting. 2, if you don't divorce with integrity and respect, you could potentially cause retaliation from your partner. You're hurting them, they want to hurt you, and you find yourself in a vicious cycle. And then you're never going to find closure in your divorce, and the process can drag on for a lifetime. Neither of you will find emotional satisfaction, and you may be left unequipped to deal with your children. 3, some partners who feel disrespected may create more chaos in the divorce, complicating the legal process and dragging it on, making your financial pressures greater for both of you now and in the future. Somebody has to take the first step forward and offer the olive branch. So I've devised some rules for disengagement to help you as you embark on this grief journey. It really is a grief journey, a divorce. So the first rule, be clear. Make sure you're clear that you want to end the marriage. If you've not tried to go to counseling, let your partner know that you're not interested in pursuing continued therapy. If you want to try one more time, be specific about what you will or will not do. For instance, if you're willing to try, 6 sessions or 6 weeks or 6 months, just be clear, set an expectation. Kind of related to that, the second rule is to set boundaries. Try to maintain a light and polite relationship. Avoid personal discussions where sharing feelings are going to trigger arguments. Number 3, make amends. This is a hard one, and it can make all the difference. Tell your spouse you're sorry for hurting them, leading them on, getting them into this mess, if any of that's true. Own your truth. Speak your truth. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Take responsibility for your piece in it. That will enable your spouse to do the same. Related to that, and equally as difficult, I know, show empathy. Try to relate to how your spouse is feeling. Again, take responsibility for your part in ending the marriage in this way. Number 5, admit ambivalence. Nobody's crystal clear 100% of the time about what the right thing is to do. This is a hard decision. So make it clear that you have to end the relationship, although you may have regrets and even second thoughts at times. It's okay. It's okay to admit ambivalence as long as you've set your boundaries. That's second rule. Number 6, thank them. Thank them for all that they've shared with you. Appreciate what you've gotten from the marriage and from one another. This is critical, and I see it every day. Don't let a divorce lead you to rewrite the whole history of your years together. There were many good parts along the way, or you wouldn't have stayed as long as you did. Number 7, share priorities. Let them know, let your spouse know that you are working on an intentional divorce or a divorce with integrity or a respectful divorce or a collaborative divorce, whatever word you choose to use, and that your relationship with your children is your priority. This will let your partner know that you're not setting out to devastate them legally, emotionally, or financially. Number 8, be patient. Your partner may still be catching up, or you may still be catching up, depending upon what's going on. You have to be patient with your partner and with yourself. If you're way ahead, let them have their feelings. You may have already had the same emotions. You've gotten past them. You may have healed a long time ago. You may have been emotionally divorced, from them for some time. So be patient. The process can really only move as fast as the slowest person if you want to have a respectful divorce. And let's talk about the after effects of divorce. Number 1, grief. Grieve. You have to grieve. You may have had a fantasy that the marriage would work out better than it did, and you now have to grieve that possibility not coming true. Guilt. You may have guilt and remorse over hurting your spouse, and it may at times be very intense, but I submit that it will be less so if you've managed to have a respectful divorce. You need to bring all of yourself into your grief. That's the best way to move forward. Don't try to shove it away. Just run headlong into it and process. It's a journey. It's helpful to have vision. Sit down and think about what you want for your future. If you have children, create a vision together of what it would look like and what it'll take to make it work. 4, get help if you need it. Importantly, most people cannot go through this alone. Get a therapist, find a support group, talk to trusted friends. It's okay to be struggling with this. It's a transition, it's a change, it's a process, it's a grief journey. Take care of yourself, and only then can you take care of your children and everyone else in your life. As always, I love to speak to each of you personally. You can reach me at 386-271-8044. You can email me, pam@masterscdc.com. And there's tons of information on my website at www.masterscdc.com.